So, your first Cup win as an engine builder, when was that? And maybe you can describe how that felt.
Well,
I mean, you'd been in this since.
yeah, but I haven't had a Cup win.
Oh, okay.
We've been involved.
All these engines and not a Cup win. Not wow.
We've been involved with development.
Okay.
Behind the scenes, but never a direct Cup win as an Arrington engine.
Wow, okay. Interesting.
So,
I mean, I just assumed you'd had 20, 30 of them.
No.
You know.
No.
Wow, okay.
No.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
The rumor is now that we may see them come back again. And I now, I don't know if you can talk about that. I don't like to date my videos. I mean, but we're in the close to the winter, starting the winter of 2021. But I mean, a lot of rumors coming about, and I would assume that you would still be involved if that happened.
Well, first of all, I've heard the rumors. Do I believe them? I have no idea. You know, the things that I've heard actually make sense. But that's, you know, to me, that's people sitting in a bar at night and they're talking about different scenarios and
now social media is totally opening it up to different types of.
Yeah, and then and like I said, it does make a lot of sense. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, and to be honest, you know, the fact is, the engine that Dodge left off with in 2012 with Penske, other than a few tweaks, is still legal for NASCAR. That engine is still fits in the NASCAR rule book.
But would it be competitive?
Sure it would.
Okay.
You know, the rules are the same now. I mean, you know, it's.
Because we're talking 10 years. I mean, everybody claims now, you know, I mean, a couple races and you're already, you know, out. But
the engine, you know, as far as the engine block that Dodge stopped with in 2012 is no different than the engine blocks today. Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota. The cylinder head technology is pretty much the same from a standpoint of templates. Well, it is the same. NASCAR ain't changed any of that stuff, so it's still the same. You know, your valves are in the same location as the other three manufacturers. You know, the angles are all the same. The port heights are all the same. So it's the same. It's the same engine. You would go in there and tweak some of the port work you do and the camshaft stuff because of the tapered spacers or the 750 or 550 or whatever package they're using now. You would tune the engine to that.
so from when Dodge officially got out, 77 maybe ish, 78 officially.
Yeah, that sounds right.
To now 1999, it was almost like starting over.
Mm-hmm.
So if they come back now, it's not like starting over.
No, it would be much easier today. From an engine standpoint, I mean, you know, we had people to call here, you know, want to talk about the rumors and all that stuff, and I tell them the same thing I'm telling you. It's like, you know, we can have an engine on a dyno in a few days, a NASCAR legal Dodge engine.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy. You know, if you're going to tune the engine to a 550 or 750 package, yeah, you would need a few weeks. Weeks, not months, weeks. The biggest challenge, it's really not a challenge, the Dodge would just have to take and pick up the pieces and start casting parts, which wouldn't be a huge deal. And then the car side of things, you know, the chassis is a designated NASCAR chassis, the way I see it.
And brand new to everybody.
Yeah,
now.
And then the bodies is basically a shape that's NASCAR designed with decals. You know, and the decal says whatever manufacturer it is.
Right.
It's over with.
Right. Right.
Out there when you're running on 7 cylinders is the draft with somebody. So Harry is tucked in behind old friend Buddy Arrington, and Buddy is towing him around this racetrack. Buddy Arrington, you gave it an awfully good run today.
Yeah, we had a good run going. It just, I guess it must have pissed or something.
So we sit in your shop here today, Arrington Racing Engines, off of Weddington here, and I'm not going to say the exact address. I don't want people banging on your door asking for autographs all day, but or your dad's autograph. I'm sure you get those all day. But you know, nice, huge shop, and in the back, parts everywhere that I've seen. And your pretty little puppy. I don't know what her name, Rosie. Yeah. But what's Arrington Racing Engines doing now?
Well, the NASCAR world has changed so much. You know, you face it. You've got 5 to 12 owners now. I don't think that may be it.
Yeah.
And you know, each one of those owners have got a charter. It seems like in the small teams, there's only 1 or 2, and they've got a line. They have agreements with the larger teams, so there's really not any room for us or any other engine builders inside of the NASCAR Cup world today. Mm-hmm. Nationwide, Xfinity, you know, there's some opportunity there. The trucks, they use a spec engine, so you know you're sort of out there.
But there is no Dodge competing though.
No. But I mean, but what we do today, we do whatever comes in the front door, and that's everything from street hot rods. Engine rebuilds across the board, you know, Volkswagen, Toyota.
Drag racing at all?
Drag racing.
NHRA?
Stuff. Well, not NHRA, just drag racing.
Like bracket racing or pro stock stuff?
Yeah. And then we're, you know, Robby Gordon is trying to build his own speed UTV, and we're doing. I'm not sure if we're doing all the engine work, but we're doing a lot of engine work for him.
And that's a neat series. I saw him in Mid-Ohio. Yeah. That's pretty neat.
So we're doing that stuff. So that keeps us busy, and that's what we're doing. You know, it's sort of you know, it's sort of like no different than when Daddy quit racing in '88. It's like, there it is. You got to figure out what to do with it. So, but he wasn't there to point that out this time. It's like I just turned around one day and said, "Boy, I got to do something." You know, whatever that may be, and you just go from there. Because you know, the NASCAR world it's changed so much. I mean, it's so far from what it used to be. It's
you coming from you starting at that, you know, that almost grassroots. Now you're talking today to, you know. I almost say it's like machines, you know. Yeah, people are almost like machines.
It is
in a way.
It's
night and day, literally.
It's other than the mechanical ups and downs, you know, the stuff like that, and the little tweaks for geometry. And I'm really not sure what all that you have inside the box of the new car to work with. But you know, it's a model car. You snap it together.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And bought by, for the most part, NASCAR. NASCAR's selling you the pieces for the most part.
That's mine, or they have approved suppliers. I'm not sure.
Approved suppliers, but we know what that means. But so now your dad had some health issues for a while. Now I hear he's doing better. I mean,
his days are short. Yeah, he's doing better, absolutely, but his days are short. You know, he can't. You know, he was a daylight to a dark guy forever. And then I'm guessing 6 years ago, you know, I noticed a little change, and then probably in the last 4 or 5 years, it went to short days.
But what a full life on his part. I mean,
he's still.
I'm sure he's still getting autograph requests even to this day. I'm sure
he gets mail every week.
Wow.
Every week, because you know I go through it and help him with it, you know, whatever that means, and then he messes with. He's got a farm, and he goes to his farm every day, and he messes with goats. And
I don't mean to laugh, but that kind of deal there.
Yeah.
You know.
But keep it on pause there for a second.
So then, you got your dad, you know, hanging in there, and now but the neat part is that there's still an Arrington legacy, you know, and we don't, you know, write our own, we don't take out a little chisel and, you know, do our own headstone. But when you look back on not just your dad, but your own name, the Arrington name, you know, what do you hope people remember?
Oh, you know, it's sort of like.
I mean, I'm not saying it's over yet, but
yeah. You know, it's all I can do is, you know, when you start out as a youngster, you just want to be involved. And like a musician, somewhere along in your career, your song is on the radio, and that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somewhere along the line in the NASCAR world or in the racing world, you know you're part of a race win or they knew you were there.
You've had a few hits.
So it's that's it. I mean, you know, it's a ride. I wouldn't trade it for anything. You know, when all the guys I was growing up with in high school, they were playing football, basketball, and baseball and whatever else they do, you know, I was busy in the racing world and a little bit of moonshine and that was to me that was a lot more fun than chasing around a ball. So,
or girls that are just going to tell you no anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, that's you don't think about it. You just you do it because you love it, and if you have any success at all, it's great. You know, it's great. So,
as long as you enjoy doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah, no,
and you still enjoy it.
Oh, I wouldn't take anything for it.
Joey, I really appreciate you being on the show. Everybody, if you wouldn't mind hitting like and share, and any of you gearheads out there looking for some horsepower, and it's not just Chrysler engines you're doing. No, let's make that clear.
No, and actually, we're sort of looking forward to the Speed UTV of Robby Gordon's getting off the ground, and start working on that thing for a race program, because this is production stuff. This is for grandma, grandpa, grandkids to get out and ride in the desert. Out west. This is a western sort of vehicle.
Yeah.
Today, and at some point in time they got to race them. So we hope, hopefully we're sitting there when the engine supplier. So
right. Well, again, thank you for being on the show, and good seeing you again. You and I have not known each other well, but we passed each other at the track 40 years now, and
wow.
It's neat for me as a kid growing up, and now you meet the people that were in it. I mean, they weren't just riding around. They were in it, and they were household names. So I appreciate you having me come. I know you're a busy guy. I really appreciate you taking the time, and thanks for having me.
All right, good. Anytime.